Hey everyone, I'm Sarah from the blog StartSimpleAndStrong.com, where I discuss simple routines for simple living. In today's video, I'm sharing 5 simple tips that make being a stay-at-home mom easier. The first tip to help make being a stay-at-home mom easier is to reduce clutter. The less items, the less possessions, the less things you own and you have in your house, the less things you need to take care of and maintain. This is especially important if you're a stay-at-home mom, because the less items that the children can get into, the less things that you have to clean up at the end of the day. So I started implementing this tip when I was pregnant with our second child. During that time, I was extremely tired and didn't want to clean up the house. I just wanted to lay on the couch and take a nap. During that time, I had 2 choices. My first choice was to let the house get crazy and cluttered and not do anything about it. And the second choice was to change something in our home. And that's what I decided to do. I decided to go room by room, drawer by drawer, closet by closet, and remove all the items that we didn't need that were causing clutter in our home. And I noticed that as I was doing that, my workload as a stay-at-home mom shifted. Instead of having to pick up one more Lego, I was able to actually play with our children. And instead of being upset when my 1-year-old decided to play in the flower for fun, I was able to laugh at that situation. So reducing the clutter in our home made my job as a stay-at-home mom easier. Tip number 2 to make your job easier as a stay-at-home mom is to go on daily walks. I don't know about you, but for me and my children, if we are inside all day long and don't go outside, our house gets messy, our house gets cluttered, and our children, most importantly, are not happy. I'm not happy. I thoroughly enjoy going outside and being in nature, breathing in fresh air, and getting our wiggles out. So as a stay-at-home mom, I highly recommend that you and your children go on daily walks. Now, even if the weather is terrible out, and for us, fortunately where we live, we don't get snow, but we do get rain, and it can get really cold and can get quite warm in the summer. So for us, even if it's 10 minutes, we still go outside every single day, and it makes my job as a stay-at-home mom so much easier when we've been outside, even for 10 minutes. Tip number 3, remove distracting apps off of the phone. At one point, I had an app on my phone that was going off every hour, reminding me to do something or trying to get my attention, trying to pull me away from the things that actually matter, like spending time with our children, homeschooling, housework. The list goes on and on and on. So what I did is I removed every single app off my phone that wasn't bringing me joy, that was distracting me. And that included social media. That included, I went as far as I deleted the weather app off my phone just because it was distracting me so much. And removing those distractions off my phone helped me spend more quality time with our children, with my husband, and really enjoy our life a little bit more. Brings me to tip number 4 to make your job easier as a stay-at-home mom, and that is to implement a no-fold laundry system. It's exactly as you think it is, which is you don't fold your laundry. We have closets that we put items that we want to be hung in, that we don't want to get wrinkled, and everything else that gets just thrown into our drawers, no folding whatsoever. And it has significantly improved and made my life so much easier as a stay-at-home mom. And this tip came out of a happenstance. I went into our children's room one day and they had pulled everything out of the closets and out of the drawers. And luckily for us, it wasn't a big mess because I have reduced the children's clothing and my clothing to a good level. So that way, if and when they pull everything out, it is so much easier for me to put back. But at that moment, I didn't feel like refolding all of the clothes. I figured they're going to get worn here in a day or so anyways, so why bother? I've stopped folding their laundry, and it has helped make laundry so much more enjoyable. Tip number 5 to make being a stay-at-home mom easier is to wash your dishes every single day, whether that be by hand or in the dishwasher. So I'm going to take you back to about 8 years ago. At that time, my husband and I didn't have any children, and we would go for days without washing our dishes. Days. Because we figured, well, we have so many more, why bother washing them? And when I became a stay-at-home mom, I realized that the dishes, the pile of dishes, really stressed me out and made me not want to cook in the kitchen, which is a problem because I cook a lot of meals from scratch and I have to cook meals at least 3 times a day. I started to do the dishes every day and it improved my mood and it made meal times easier because if you're a parent, you know that when your children are hungry, it's really hard to get the food done, to get it cooked because they're right under your feet. And I need a clean kitchen so that way when it is time for meal time, I can quickly make the meals and I don't have to do the dishes and then cook the meals. I'm able to cook the meals immediately. I hope those 5 tips to make being a stay-at-home mom easier help you out. I would love to know, what tips do you do to make your job easier as a stay-at-home mom? Or what tips did I mention that are you going to try to make your job a little bit easier as a stay-at-home mom? I would love to know. Thank you so much for stopping by. I write posts every single week on my blog about simple routines for simple living. I'll see you next time.